Are you the type of person that gets annoyed when you look straight up in the air and you can't see your own forehead? Well, if you are, then you're in the right place. We're about to check out one of the best Star Wars games of all time, Battlefront. Back in 2015, EA and developer DICE came out with Star Wars Battlefront. We're gonna check it out and give it a review. And it didn't even have a story mode. Now, almost a decade later, the multiplayer-based game doesn't have the player count currently to run properly. Finding a match takes at least 30 minutes now, and it's full of aimbotters and hackers. So basically, these clips belong in a museum. I'm just waiting on a phone call from the Smithsonian. This isn't like old Star Wars games. I literally ran over a guy. I'm used to lightly grazing the dreaded antenna and then blowing up. So that was an upgrade. The heroes and villains probably could have used a nerf though.
That's it.
Fight!
Go after the other ones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect round.
He just distracted Boba with that big old alien forehead.
Oh yeah!
You could even save Private Ryan better than Tom Hanks. I was always finding little rat dog creative ways to kill people in this game. I think that's why I liked it so much with the star cards and cooldowns. You could even use the hero's abilities against their own teammates, like I do here in this clip. In the game, you could pick 3 star cards for cooldowns, and the jetpack was a must for the memes. Not having a story mode gave developers more time to design fun, intense, and highly replayable multiplayer game modes. They did not disappoint. I had a blast playing a few. My favorite has to be Heroes vs. Villains, a survival-based game mode where the boys were separated from the men. It was 6v6, the last hero or villain surviving wins. It's so cool. Luke Skywalker was super fast, and to be honest, probably should have been nerfed, but wasn't, so I played with him all the time, and just exploited his speed. His cooldowns were a heavy strike, force push, and a dash. Darth Vader was a dog. I would absolutely bully people with this pure tank. He had high HP, high damage, but he was a little bit slower than everyone else, kind of like me. His cooldowns were a heavy strike, a lightsaber throw, and his classic force choke. Hell, you could even play as Emperor Palpatine. Him and Princess Leia were both must picks in the survival-based Heroes vs. Villains game mode with their ability to heal. Do it. Do it now. His other abilities were Chain Lightning and Dash. And of course you can't forget the smuggler, Han Solo. The scruffy-looking nerf hoarder definitely could have used a nerf. He was a glass cannon that just dumped DPS. He even had a movement ability that did damage called Charge, and another called Rapid Fire that lets you shoot as quickly as you can pull the trigger for a short period of time. But the most broken cooldown of all was Lucky Shot, a charged shot with explosive damage and a little bit of auto aim. It was so broken, too broken. Just look how broken it was.
I don't make mistakes. I'm not just like the rest of you. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
Commercial, Roger, go to commercial.
We'll be right back after a brief message from our sponsor. Psych! I don't have any sponsors. This is my first YouTube video. And we're reviewing Star Wars Battlefront. Let's get right into it. They started me off with an absolute T-ball of a first category story mode. Didn't even have one. 0 out of 10 stars. But they came back really strong with the multiplayer game modes. They were a blast. I had so much fun squatting up with my friends and just destroying all the rebel scum. I was constantly setting up mismatches with soldiers and heroes, and I would regularly hop in vehicles. It was really fun playing as X-Wings and A-Wings and hopping in an ATST and just destroying people to win games. So I give them a 10.
Hey, listen!
Graphics and effects is the next category, and that's where this game really shined. DICE did a great job with their Star Wars licensing, reusing familiar sounds with blasters and lightsabers. They also did a great job with lens flare and flashes, kind of overwhelming you, but doing it for a really short, brief time. Looks great. And the team did an amazing job really bringing you into the Star Wars universe. I gotta give them a 10 for sure, 10 out of 10.
You don't know me.
If you really think about it, with a little bit of an imagination, this game really did have a story mode. As long as the story mode involved me winning every single multiplayer game I played. I carried so hard, I got seatbelts installed in the Jansport. Me winning, 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna win.
This might be the most slept on Star Wars game of all time. I had a blast playing it. It was really fun. It's only multiplayer, but, you know, loved it anyways. I'd give it about an 8.4. Super underrated. Banger.
Oh yeah.
I'd say it's much better than its 2004 counterpart with the same name, Star Wars Battlefront. Back then, you couldn't even aim your gun. Left trigger was throw grenade.
Come on, man.
I'd also say this game's better than its sequel, Star Wars Battlefront 2. That game was very pay to win, and also I didn't like how they changed my favorite game mode, Heroes versus Villains, from a survival-based game mode to more KD, like, team deathmatch. I'd say Knights of the Old Republic is the best Star Wars game of all time. But number 2, I'd say Star Wars Battlefront from DICE, 2015. Great game. Number 3, I think this game, though, is definitely better than KOTOR. For those of you who don't speak Wookiee, I'll translate. Chewie said that if you made it this far in the video, that you should like and subscribe. And that's not even me saying that. That's him saying that.